ICD-10 CM JJ-10B guidelines 047, that's the page 047, the part 4. And it reads like this.
ICD-10 CM Official Guidelines for Coding and Reporting 2016.
Okay, the diagnosis codes, the tabular list, and alphabetic index have been adopted under HIPAA for all healthcare settings. So HIPAA mandates that all healthcare settings use ICD-10 CM for diagnosis. And we have here two pictures of the main two healthcare settings. One is the inpatient, which means that the patient stays overnight in the hospital. That's why you see that the patient with a hospital clothes. And the other one is outpatient. It means that the patient goes to a doctor's office for a consultation and then goes home, right? That's why you see the patient there with her regular clothes, okay? So that's our theory for this exercise. Now we're gonna do the actual exercise. Ready, set, go. All right, ICD-10 JJ-10A, page 356, exercise 9. And this is a level 2 exercise, and it reads like this.
Carneous mole.
Carneous mole, okay? You have to give us the ICD-10 code for the diagnosis of carneous mole, okay? Now we're going to count to 3, so you can pause the video and then give us the ICD-10 code. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the answer is 002.0 and Z3A.00. Did you get that? If you got it, congratulations. If not, let's give you a couple of tips. Okay, tip 1.
It's a level 2 difficulty because there are 2 codes.
There are 2 codes, right? You have to remember that there's a note somewhere that if the code falls within a range, you have to add another code. That's why it's a level 2. Tip number 2.
Carneous mole is a uterine mass that contains a clotted... consists, my apologies, of clotted blood and remnants of the placenta and fetal membranes.
So
start with mole.
Start with mole, okay? So this has to do with conception. It has to do with a lady pregnant, right? So that's why we need a second code. Why?
The second code is for weeks of gestation.
Right.
Specified. Any code within 000 through 09A has to have a second code for weeks of gestation. See note under Z3A, weeks of gestation. Right.
Since the code falls within that range, the code again is 002.0. That falls within the range, show the range up there. And then we need the weeks of gestation, right? And the weeks of gestation, it's not given in the problem, so we put, what is it, undetermined, unspecified, right? Unspecified. Okay. Now with these tips, you should be able to get the path now, okay? You know the answer already. Now you got to give us the path. So we're going to count to 3, so you can pause the video and give us the path. 1, 2, 3. All right, this is the whole summary of the problem. This is the diagnosis is a carneous mole, right? The code 1 through the index is found like this.
First you go to index.
Go to the index.
Then go to mole.
You start with mole, right?
Yes.
And then you look for what?
Carneous.
Carneous. And what do you have?
002.0.
002.0, right? Now we're going to check this in the tabular. So the code 1 through the tabular is checked like this.
First you go to tabular.
Tabular.
Then you go to 002.
Which is the first 3 characters. And what do you find there?
Other abnormal products of conception.
Other abnormal products of conception, right? So we're on the right path. So you add 1 more digit, which will be the other 0, right? 002.0. What is that?
Carneous mole.
Carneous mole. And there is ellipsis here, right? Ellipsis here because there's some other diagnosis before that, but you just choose the one that you need, which is carneous mole, right? And then, so the ellipsis... after that, it means that there are more after the carneous mole. But you just choose the one that you need, which is carneous mole. And that's why we have an equal sign. That means, the equal sign means we have double checked this one, right? Now, we have to remember that since the code falls within the range, right? of pregnancy, then we have to put weeks of gestation, even if the problem doesn't tell us. So that's why we need a second code. So the code number 2 through the index is found like this.
First you go to index.
You go to index.
Then you go to pregnancy.
Go to pregnancy.
Then you go to weeks of gestation.
Weeks of gestation.
Then you go to unspecified.
Unspecified, and you get
Z3A.00.
And you check this in the tabular like this. The code number 2 through the tabular is found like this.
First you go to tabular. Then you go to Z3A.
Right.
Weeks of gestation.
Right.
And it says this note. Any code within 000 through 09A has to have an additional code for weeks of gestation.
That's the note. So we keep going, adding one more character, which is another 0, right? Or
yes.
10. And what is that?
That is unspecified.
Unspecified. And we add one more?
Not specified.
Not specified, right? That's why we have an equal sign at the end, means we double check the second code. So the answer again for this diagnosis is 002.0 and Z3A.00. Okay? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to visit our website, please. Thank you.